What's up everybody, it's Kat, and today I wanted to talk about transracial identities because I've wanted to talk about my ethnic and race background for a while now, and it just seemed like the perfect time to do it. So to start things off, I didn't know what transracial meant or was, or the fact that it even existed before the whole Rachel Dolezal controversy thing that's been occurring within the last week. And if you don't know what transracial is an identity that was created by adoptees with different ethnicities than their white parents for adoptees with different ethnicities with their white parents. And being that usually meant that because they were adopted by white parents, they weren't going to experience the culture from where they're from and will just grow up in a different way of life than where they would have been if they were living in the country that they were from. On the other hand, transracial is not what Rachel Dolezal is claiming or anything. It's not being born white and then identifying black because you feel black and that kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with the psychology of being transgender or anything like that. Transracial is being an adoptee of white parents but being a different ethnicity than your white parent. And that affects me because I was adopted from China by two white parents who love me very much and I love them very much. But because of that, I didn't really grow up around Chinese culture. I can't say that word. Chinese culture? Culture? Is that how you say it? My mom tried to do that when I was younger, and I'm part of this like Chinese adopted kids from China group and everything, but really I'm American. Let's be real. To me, my Asian identity is really complicated, in my brain at least, because my Asian identity is a box to check off on surveys and a label and official business, but in all other forms, I'm completely American. There are people who are white that are more Asian than I am, or that's what it seems, and that's just how it is. But because my outlook appearance is Chinese and Asian, there are a lot of different things that come from that, and a lot of different things I'm affected by that, or that have affected me in past years. One of those is being the really gruesome and offensive Asian stereotypes that I absolutely cannot stand. If you don't know what those stereotypes are, one of the most common ones is the squinty eye type of thing. Am I blind? No. Do I need glasses? Yes. But is that because I'm Asian? Maybe. Maybe my brain isn't big enough to hold the power to see. But anyway, my eyes aren't that squinty. Sure, when I smile they kind of disappear, but other than that, it's really racist to do this, and I hate it because, you know, even when we are smiling really big like this and the eyes are gone, we can still see fine. This blurs your vision and is completely incorrect and is just offensive, and I've literally stormed out of my best friend's house before, slamming the door like, that's racist, I'm going home. And another thing is, ching chong wing snaw. Don't try and speak the Chinese language. I know about 4 words in Chinese, and that is hello, goodbye, thank you, and beer. But do I say them in the right tense? Probably not. I'll tell you one story. I was at a skating rink one time because I like to roller skate, and this like 7th grader came up, and I'm sure that they were probably 7th grade. She was like, "What language do Asians speak?" Okay, listen. Asia is a continent, okay? There are lots of different types of Asian people and lots of different languages in Asia. Asian is not a language. Ching chong wi sno, that is the language Asian, and in fact, it is very racist and makes you sound like an idiot. Enough said. But they kept asking me that the entire night until I finally started hiding from them. But back to my identity. There are all the stereotypes that go with being Asian make me not want to be Asian. Because I wasn't raised in an Asian background, so I'm not it's very different to me to be considered Asian when I haven't ever been raised in an Asian background. And that includes education-wise. Education is very, very important, and I wasn't raised behind that background of having to get straight A's all the time and having to be perfect and having to study. And because of that, when I got into the most prestigious school, or one of the most prestigious schools in America, there were a lot of Asian kids there who were raised in Asian backgrounds. I wasn't one of those kids, and I didn't have the best grade. And because I wasn't in the math or science or high school university department, it made me feel sort of out of place and really weird, especially when someone would be like, "What program are you in?" It's like, guess, and she's like, "MST." No, not in the math, science, or technology. HSU, no, I don't want to be in high school university. That takes a lot of AP courses, and I don't want to take a lot of AP courses. VA, no, I'm into visual arts, but I'm not in the visual arts program. YPass, no theater performance, no. What's the last one? Oh yeah, JNC, Journalism and Communications. Yes, that's it. But it's like, it was always the last one. It's like, you can't, if you're Asian, you have to go into math, science, technology, ridiculous education programs, and you couldn't be creative, or you couldn't, because you were Asian, you had to be in a certain program. And because I felt out of place some of the time, and I wasn't the smartest person, and that there was that strong Asian stereotype of being a genius, I literally felt like I was failing my race. Okay? You probably don't know what that feels like, but it sucks to feel like you're failing a race and a culture and an ideal that you weren't even raised in or brought up in. That screws with you as a kid. But on the other hand, am I going to blame things on my Asian genes and my Asian appearance? Hell freaking yes. It makes for a wonderful excuse and a wonderful reason just to say why these things happen, because you don't know why. The most common reason why I use the "because I'm Asian" card is, "Why are you so short?" Or, "Why do you look 12?" Or, "Oh my god, you're 17? You look so young." Yeah. Yep. Cause got those Asian genes, cause I'm Asian. Why is your hair so awesome? It's so fluffy and amazing. It's actually not. I really don't like my Asian hair. I'm probably the only person in the world who doesn't like Asian hair, because it's straight. It's straight. It's so straight. When I get out of the shower, it's like I've been hit by a lightning bolt, and there is no way to control it. The only beanies have become my best friends, because they push it down, and they give me that American hair that I want. I joke about the fact that I'm Asian, but those are really the only times I use my Asian identity as an excuse for anything. And also, I've read some things about college-wise that frighten me, about how colleges can only accept a certain amount of Asian students, or if you're Asian and it says that on your application, they hold you to a higher standard because of that stereotype. Like, if you're Asian, you have to have a higher GPA to have a chance to get in, or something like that. These are all things I've read or have heard. They might not even be true, but it frightens me. And that's pretty much just what I wanted to talk about, is my Asian identity and how I am transracial, and even though I look Asian, I'm probably more American. And the big thing that I've realized is, if I were to get a tattoo in the Chinese characters, or if I decided to wear formal Chinese wear because I thought it was cool, I would be appropriating that culture as much as any other white person or person not brought up in that culture, because it's not my culture. My culture is American. My country, where I'm from, it's America. I was born in China, but I was raised here in American culture. So that's pretty much my thoughts on transracial and how it affects me and my Asian identity. A lot of it was just blabbing, and I hope you enjoyed my blabbing, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.